You did great. Come here and get your prize.
Hello everyone, my name is aidenswim, and just like many others, I grew up on the internet. How else would I turn out this way? You see, when I was a kid, I didn't need friends. Social interaction is cringe, you know what isn't? Let's Plays.
Oh, I am so hungry. Oh, that was tasty.
Let's Plays were such an integral part of my childhood. There were only so many episodes of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared and Salad Fingers to watch back then, so what else was a 6-year-old to watch? There were a lot of Let's Play channels too. Markiplier, Irish Markiplier, Blitzwinger, DanTDM, Zach Scott Games.
You know, I've never seen anyone do a really good Daisy swimwear cosplay. Never have.
I know what kind of
I wonder if
man
it can
you
be
are.
done.
These guys were responsible for my childhood. But looking back, even though I do fondly remember these guys, the games that they played were,
We're going to pay membership. We're going to be part of this gym. Let's go to the game. Oh, what's up, honey? Check out that ass.
See, most big games in the Let's Play community were just fads. They were big for a while, but then eventually just completely forgotten about by the internet. Now, sure, not all of these games were bounded to this fate. FNAF, Undertale, The Deplorable. But for every game that were as successful as those, there are about 100 indie games that everybody has just completely forgotten. Games like Baldi's Basics, Tattletail, Hello Neighbor, and the list goes on. So that begs the question, why were these once incredibly popular games almost completely forgotten, and were they even any good? Well,
Hi, I'm Baldi. Nice to meet you. Fuck me in the ass and call me Patricia.
Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier and welcome to Baldi's Basics.
Baldi's Basics was released in 2018 as an entry for the Meta Game Jam, but it was never meant to be as big as it got. It was incredibly unserious and sourced fucking Sonic Schoolhouse as its main inspiration. Yet for whatever godforsaken reason, the game blew up, becoming the newest big thing on YouTube. Countless Let's Plays, animations, and dear God, the parody songs. The only true way to know if a game is incredibly popular is if it has parody songs. And if DA Games has made a song for your game, you're fucked.
It's inappropriate? How can it be inappropriate? It says subscribe if you like farts. Bro, how could it possibly be inappropriate if it says subscribe if you like farts? Hi, I'm Baldi. Nice to meet you.
I don't think anyone, even the game's creator, expected Baldi's Basics to become as popular as it did. It was literally just a joke game made for a game jam on itch.io. Yet it ended up becoming this amalgamation you couldn't get past on the internet. So many channels saw Baldi as this next big thing and used it as their advantage, making shit like this.
I got them all right. Oh, there's Baldi!
Wow, you actually exist.
But you see, this was a free game on itch.io. While there were so many YouTubers making money off of it, the guy who actually made the game wasn't paid jack shit.
It's pizza time. Oh yeah, no money.
He did eventually start monetizing Baldi by making a paid Baldi game called Baldi's Basics Plus that essentially expands upon and improves the original in almost every aspect. And also started selling merch such as action figures and t-shirts. I swear to God, if you wear this shirt, you're gonna be put on a no-flight list. But by this point, it was a little too late for Baldi and nobody really cared about it anymore. As much as I want to say I feel bad or miss the game, I really don't. It was just a joke game. I mean, come on, look at this fucker.
I always thought I might be bad. Now I'm sure that it's true.
This guy shouldn't be teaching math, he should be teaching the horrors of male pattern baldness. Baldi is just kind of one of those games that you just play and then forget about, and the gameplay doesn't really have much beyond that. The gameplay is literally just collect 7 notebooks, note booze, run from Baldi, visit every exit, bam, game over. There's really not much else here, which is understandable as to why it didn't become the next FNAF or something. But oh boy did people try.
Baldi's Basics involves a psychopathic head teacher called Baldi Baltimore taunting a student by smacking his ruler on his hand.
Almost every fan-related Baldi video had like this weird-ass creepypasta-ass lore that was like, oh yeah, Baldi is scary because it's actually like an evil video game, and when you play it you get trapped inside, and if you don't beat it, Baldi molests you. Oh wait, sorry, I was listening to the DA Games song again.
Oh, hi there. Let's go camping. Let me touch you. Oh, hi there. I tied you up.
But I can understand why the fandom did this. Since there really wasn't much of a story here, the fandom had to step in and create their own lore, and evil video game that kills you makes the most sense considering this game is a parody of educational PC games from the 90s. The problem is that that just isn't the fucking case, and even though I can't find any evidence now, I swear I remember the original creator coming out and saying and confirming that it isn't. I mean, Baldi Plus just straight up removes the meta horror element entirely, and in that game, the lore, and I'm using lore very sparingly here, Baldi is a normal teacher who's just playing hide and seek with you. But again, I still do understand why this was the way the game was perceived. Like, the Slop creators wanted to make this game like FNAF, but unlike FNAF, this game was just a joke game without any attempt at a serious lore. So they just kinda had to make shit up. I mean, shit got so big, I'm surprised MatPat didn't join in on the fun.
We'll get around to me being impregnated.
But anyway, what was I talking about again? Oh yeah, Baldi.
Watch me play Baldi's Basics. Hello, Baldi. I am playing with one hand. My computer got taken away because I was watching porn. So I'm playing on my phone, which I also watch porn. I needed to get a little bit of help, but I finally solved it. So let's go. Oh my god, I got a quarter. Thank you. What the fuck? Fuck. What is that? Hey Siri, 8 minus 5. 8 minus 8.
That's why I said I should make nobody win right now.
How do I even ask?
Baldi's Basics is one of those games that I'm happy existed. Sure, it has been completely forgotten by the internet by now, and for good reason, but it's still a decent game that I look back upon fondly. Did you like my game of 2 truths and a lie, except it's all lies because I fucking hate this game?
How is this my neighbor? How is this guy my neighbor? He's a
Can't get much worse than this.
Hello, neighbor.
Oh, hello! Hello Neighbor is sadly one of the biggest fumbles in gaming history. Even though everyone only thinks of how shit the full game and all of its sequels and spin-offs are now, which rightfully so because they do suck genuine ass, the alphas for Hello Neighbor were genuinely really good. Yeah, what the fuck happened here? This game fucking sucks, man. And it's a shame, too, because there was clearly so much love and passion, kind of, in the beta. So how the hell did the actual launch get this way? But as sad as it is from a gameplay perspective, the game's alphas were genuinely so good that people bought the full launch without checking reviews as they expected it to be, you know, good, which led to TinyBuild making a shit ton of money from a mid-ass game. The problem with that dev strategy, though, is that it really only works once. People are stupid, but they're smart enough to know spending $30 on Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek might not be a great idea. Well, never mind, holy fuck! Hello Neighbor in the modern day of gaming has essentially become the horror equivalent of games like Madden and FIFA, where people keep buying the same bad game every year expecting it to be different. However, the game never really got like popular, like FNAF level. It's more so just like a couple tiers below that. Each game makes money, sure, but I wouldn't say any of them are very popular or memorable by today's standards. However, back when Hello Neighbor first released, the culture surrounding the game was crazy.
Oh, what is that? What did he throw at me? He like threw acid at me or something.
Obviously, the most important video is the Random Encounters music video. I love Random Encounters. Sure, their music videos look like porn parodies 90% of the time.
I always thought I might be bad, now I'm sure that it's true.
But they just have this level of charm and fun to them, and the music unironically slaps.
Hey there, neighbor. Can I come?
I really like the one they did for Hello Neighbor, because they just didn't even attempt to follow the lore of the game. So the song on its own is just about a random ass dude breaking into a man's house for no reason other than to see his basement. It's really funny.
Gotta keep it all out of sight. Don't get any closer, stay out of my basement. I'll never ever show what's inside.
Time to see what's in your basement.
Get the fuck out of my room! I'm playing Minecraft!
There was also a Hello Neighbor Smash Bits animation, which are all funny as always.
This is a replica of Andy's room from Toy Story.
But this one was always a standout to me. Like, yeah, this isn't their best work, but it's really funny and well written in the best yet also most deranged ways.
Oh, no, whoa, before you grab me. Can't we be civil about this? Because you stole my notepad and my phone, and you keep putting your hands on me. And I'll be honest, mate, I don't know where you've been or what you do during the day. For all I know, you've just finished having a wank, you know what I mean? Now imagine being in my shoes. Can you imagine that? Don't imagine that. You might depress yourself.
It's such a stupid, yet somehow brilliant animation. And if you take anything from this video, it should be to watch the Smash Bits Hello Neighbor animation. Dude, this shit is so peak, man. I truly hope they add nothing that will ruin their reputation in the future. Oh, come on!
Fast one and I'm in my pajamas. Couldn't fall asleep, now I'm running for mama. Tattletail? I used to want one until what happened after I got one.
Tattletail is genuinely such a peak game. It's one of the few indie games here that I'd say are genuinely well made. Now granted, that could just be nostalgia talking, but I really like Tattletail. If you don't know anything about the game's plot, I'm not going to mention it here just because I'd recommend playing it for yourself completely blind. But for a $5 indie game on Steam, it's really good. I was like, I think around 8 or 9 when this game came out, and I remember watching so many different Let's Plays of it, because unlike Hello Neighbor and Baldi, this game has fun gameplay and a good plot. Playing it now, it definitely shows its age, but they did add a new DLC a couple months after the game came out. That's really about it though for the new content. Yeah, sadly this is really the only piece of content the devs have made for their Tattletail game. They haven't made any future DLC, any future sequels, or just any games entirely beyond Tattletail, which really upsets me. Hopefully one day the devs will make a Tattletail 2, or at least a new game with the same level of quality, but a man can only dream. At least the fan songs were pretty good. This game sucks.
I'm Slender Man. Find my pages. Listen to my voice and you'll find the key.
I'm Pro Jared and I cheated on my wife.
I'm Slendy Tubby.
Slender Man has always been one of the only decent creepypastas. Because unlike most creepypastas, Slender Man was just a short yet disturbing story with a couple photos to accompany it. Which works way better at being scary than a normal creepypasta. Because they all have these like extremely convoluted lores that you need to skim through like dozens of wiki pages just to loosely understand, just for you to then be reading about fucking Ben Drowned.
Oh, Mom is so ugly. Ben drowned himself again!
Creepypastas were a big part of my childhood, but I can still admit that most of them sucked ass. However, Slender Man was an exception, with him being a really popular figure on the internet for a while there. And along with that, a shit ton of indie games. I'm not going to be talking about all of them. In fact, I'm only going to be talking about one, with that game being the first big Slender Man game. So big, in fact, I don't think Slender Man would nearly be as big as it was or looked back upon as fondly without it. That game being Slender the 8 Pages. For as influential as this game was, the gameplay was incredibly simple. It literally just consisted of walk around the woods in the dark, collect 8 pages, don't look at the bald white guy, and congrats, you just beat the entire game. It's quite literally just Baldi's basics, but not complete shit. I mean, for God's sakes, the antagonists for both games are just bald white dudes. Just like the other games, there's not really much here. Sure, it's an incredibly influential piece of media for both Let's Play and creepypasta culture. How the fuck did that sentence just leave my mouth? But it's still not very good on its own right. Yet against all odds, this game ended up propelling Slender Man above the status of most creepypastas. Not complete shit. I truly don't think Slender Man would have gotten as big as it did without this game. Like, back then, you couldn't go 5 seconds on YouTube without seeing this dude's ugly mug. Or I guess, lack thereof, because he doesn't have a fucking face. Slender Man was truly everywhere. And I don't think that was a good thing.
Here, all of a sudden you just like turn right here.
You see
Yeah, you know how I said there were a lot of other Slender Man games out there and that I wouldn't talk about them? Yeah, that's for good reason. Most other Slender Man games fucking suck. Now, sure, Slender the 8 Pages was far from a great game, but at least it had something, you know? It had character. Most other Slender Man games made after don't even have that. Like, yeah, they have more complex gameplay, but none of it is fun. It just feels like corporate slop without any character, and it's a fucking indie game. All of this eventually culminating in everybody slowly forgetting about Slender Man. And oh wait, guys, look, it's Slender Man 2018, the official Slender Man movie! A little late, huh, guys? Jesus, how much time is this video? Oh god. Just like the other games on this list, Bendy was extremely popular back when it first came out, blah blah blah, it didn't remain popular, blah blah blah, the end. Bendy just isn't really a unique story. There's not really much here that hasn't been mentioned when talking about other games. It's just another case of mid-game gets really popular, people make a lot of videos on it, and it makes a lot of money, the end. Bendy is just not an original story, I'm afraid, and with that, that's about it for me. In the end, there were so many other games I would have loved to talk about over these games. Games like Duck Season and Only Cans.
Oh, hello. Is this your first time?
But I wanted to relegate this video specifically to the indie games that I remember being so popular that they took over YouTube for at least like a couple of days. So maybe one day I'll make a video discussing all of the indie games I grew up with, you know, the ones that are actually good. But right now you'll have to make do with Baldi, I'm sorry. In the end, why do I think these games that were once kings of YouTube fall off? Because they fucking suck! Now sure, Tattletail is an exception, but the rest of these games really aren't that good. They aren't very fun to play unless you're playing them with friends or for content, and they just aren't very good in general. The whole reason Undertale and the FNAF series became so popular and are still popular are because those games are genuinely really good. These games aren't. So even though they were immensely popular for a bit, they ended up just becoming completely forgotten afterwards. The main reason why I think Tattletail was doomed to this fate is because even though it was a good game, the devs didn't make any new content or other games since its release. Tattletail is literally their only game, and considering it's almost 10 years old now, I can't see things changing anytime soon. I mean, hell, Tattletail didn't even get official merch until like this year. A little late, huh guys? But even with these games not being the greatest, I will always remember and cherish them for the memories and the communities that they created. They will always be an integral part of both me as a person and my childhood. Not Baldi, though.
Oh, hi. On September 11th, 2001, a series of airline hijackings and suicide attacks would be committed by